It's a monster.
Does any other state have this many creatures? It's just here, hey?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys had.
You know what I think?
No, I'm solid. I'll stay inside.
Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you what I think it is. Okay. West Virginia has historically been sparsely populated because of the mountains.
Right.
It's hard to move wagons through West Virginia. So even though it's on the East Coast, it's one of the least populated states. What ends up happening is you have a dude who lives in the middle of the woods several miles away from the next person. Mm-hmm. He goes outside, it's dark, and he sees, I don't know, a bear.
Right.
And he can't tell what it is, and it makes a weird noise, and maybe it's a bear with mange or something.
Okay.
He then goes to his neighbor's house like a week later and is like, I tell you, this thing must have been a gigantic monster. Eyes are glowing. Right. No hair on its body. I couldn't tell what it was. And the guy goes, wow. Then he goes to the bar and says, there was some kind of 6-7 foot tall monster, massive with no hair. And then a legend starts.
And that's how it all starts.
When you live in New York, however, if a deer runs through the city, 700 people go, we just saw a deer.
Right.
Instantly, everybody's like, oh, everybody said it was a deer. Mm-hmm. So when you hear stories about like, actually, here's a good example. You know the story of the Cyclops, where it comes from?
No.
They found elephant skulls.
Oh, no way.
You ever see an elephant skull?
Yes. That would make sense.
Yeah. And so they started telling stories of a gigantic monster with one eye because you can't really tell because this image is too small, but it works anyway. So somebody sees this skull with a big hole, and they think that's the eye socket, and there's the nose, when in fact that's actually the nose.
Right.
And then they tell everybody we found a giant skull.
And that's how.
And then a bunch of guys are like, oh, we saw it. Things like that. So I imagine if you go way back in the day, like 2,000 years ago, some dude is like walking through the forest when he encounters like a wolf with mange, and he fights it off. Then he goes into town and he starts describing, exaggerating.
Telephone.
Right. Yeah. This great exaggeration. So West Virginia, with very few people, sheep squatch.
Squatch comes out.
Right. It's a ram.
Right.
A very large ram a guy sees breaking its way through the trees, and the guy's tired and groggy, and he sees it, and he's like, whoa, and then tells him it was a sheep, but it was huge, like some kind of monster. And then you get sheep squatch.
I mean, it's pretty amazing. You guys have a lot here. A lot to be proud of.
Indeed. Indeed.